What's up, everybody?
Oh, what's up? Your friend Joseph Craven here. Oh, good Lord. Why are you doing this to me? Why?
I don't even know the background, but I know it bothers you, and that's why I'm doing it. Welcome to tonight's episode. That over there is the disgraced one. I'm not even going to throw a celebrity name out there because there's no one that has more disgrace on him right now than Tyler Blunt does.
And that over there is hashtag, or as we like to call him, FTH.
That's me, baby.
You're watching Super Squad D. Thanks for joining us tonight. We got a great show packed for you guys here. We got bugs, we got skugs, we got movies and doobies and all kinds of things for you guys tonight. Thanks for being in the chat. I'm noticing there's a few comments here.
Yeah, there's just a few.
Pre-show on the dog here. All right. I'm going to show you guys the hostages. I'm going to show you proof of life here in just a little bit. As we get into the show, I'm going to show you.
Is that really necessary? Like, do you really feel like it's important to show people your shortcomings here on the episode?
I mean, as if I could hide them. As if I could hide them.
Yeah. Hold on. I'm just going to put... Thank you, Gristlefoot, for pointing out that Tyler straight up said on here, we got doobies for you tonight.
Listen, man, it's about rhyme time, okay? It's rhyme time. Tonight's show brought to you by Dr. Pepper Cream Soda. It's Dr. Pepper and it's cream soda. Dr. Pepper Cream Soda. Pop one open for my homies back in Rouge.
That's what the D stands for tonight. Dr. Pepper Cream Soda.
Indeed.
All right, Tyler, look. Give the people what they want. Just give the people what they want. Just give the people what they want.
Give the people what they want. Give the people what they want.
The
people what they want.
Give the people what they want. The people want what the people want. Give the people what they want.
Give the people what they want. I just got a message from Jess, and I can't show it on screen, but I think he just doesn't even want these figures anymore. I'm really unsure if he even wants them. You have to trust me for that, guys. You have to trust me for that. Farhan, what's up, man? I'm so glad you're hiding from your boss at D Office. Tonight, The D stands for D Office.
D Office.
At Farhan's office.
Here's the thing. Career suicide, it doesn't matter if you're watching us at home, the office, wherever it is. If anyone finds out that you like this channel, it's career suicide.
That's actually true. That's true. Aria, your call is very important to me. And if you'll hold for another 5 minutes, we'll be right back on The Price is Right.
Aria, we've been trying to contact you about your vehicle's extended warranty. This is our last attempt to contact you.
I read this today. It was like, that's why I never feel bad for people who are on the side of the road whose cars broke down. It's like, man, you had a chance. You had your chance. You got that call.
Right. We all
Is
knew
this to show they are alive? Yes, I want to show that they are alive. We need a date when we prove life. Yeah, we're gonna prove life here. Oh, by the way, guys, look. I made this deal with you last time. I regretted it. Please do not like this video because my arms are sore. I woke up after trying to do that one-armed push-up and my back hurt so bad. And my wife was like, "What's wrong with your back?" I was like, "I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it." It was definitely not from doing push-ups because I had agreed that every like this video gets, I'm going to do a push-up. So that's a yikes.
Now, are you saying that you are or are not making that deal again tonight?
No, it's happening. It's happening for the entire spring of Spider-Man because it's what Spider-Man would do. Because where there's power, there's responsibility. Now that I think about it, I don't think there's any power involved in what I'm doing. That's for sure.
All the power is in the viewers upvoting the video to make you struggle through doing push-ups on camera.
That's true. Yep. This is also true. I was playing Rainbow Six Siege, and my good friend Stanley told me, "Hey, throw a bomb in here, it'll work," and it blew up the hostage. So anything's really possible here. The title says Phase 2, the description says Phase 3.
Yep.
My head says Phase 1, and my heart says Phase Beyonce.
Yep.
And if all the single ladies will stand up, it will be Phase Beyonce.
What I love about that is that Tyler messaged me earlier and was like, "All right, we doing Phase 2 or Phase 3 or Phase 4?" And I was like, "We're still on Phase 2." And he never responded. And then he didn't even show up to the recording session until like we were supposed to be going live.
It's
and
true.
then he was like, "Hey." So we're just having to deal with it. Yeah, we're finishing up Phase 2. Ignore the description. Ignore Tyler. Just keep ignoring the man until he frees the hostages.
He guesses there's one who escaped with his life because there's a dislike. There's a dislike because one of my friends who won't be named but has a channel just texted me and said he was going to come and dislike this video because I haven't sent the figures. And I don't want to say the name of the channel because I don't like to throw shade at that, but it's the antithesis of far poorly graded. It's the opposite of far poorly graded. Only way to go.
I got it. It's called it's nearby passing the class. That's what it is.
You're close. Yep, you're close. You're close. You're right there, man. I don't know why I talked into the light, but it seemed like it made sense at the time. The only way to go Super Saiyan is to do push-ups. That's actually true. Mm-hmm. You tried, and that's how I married my wife. Actually, that's actually the story of how I got my wife. She kept trying to ignore me, but then it was just like, he's here. I guess this will work. This is fine. This is totally fine. Jess is sick of this. I don't know. I think Jess kind of likes it. I think Jess is reveling in the fact. I think secretly he wants me to keep him, and I'm going to honor that secret hidden request in his heart that he's too afraid to verbalize for himself.
I was going to let you keep going. I figured you were going to go through every comment that we've received so far.
I'm just going to scroll back to the comments. LOL,
right, and get every single one. There's an LOL. There's James. Yep. All right, keep going. We already saw James.
How's everybody doing tonight, guys? How is everybody doing tonight? For those who are just joining us, who haven't been a part from the last few shows, we've been going through the MCU, and we're going to get to that. This is our favorite MCU movie. In fact, right there.
There it is. Just had to put that up.
Farhan has a question that seems like I could answer it. It's the Dallas Cowboys.
Yes, that's exactly the type of football that Farhan's talking about. This one. You'll never walk alone, baby.
Liver something?
Yep, livers and onions. Yeah, we've been going through the MCU. Well, we've been going through superhero films in general.
Yeah.
To discuss, to completely subjectively evaluate how we feel about them now, removed from when they first came out, giving a little bit of breathing room and then jumping into it. So it's a completely subjective review and analysis, or not an analysis, but just completely subjective review of can we put James's comment away? He's just left it up there for like 10 minutes.
It felt right.
It's a completely subjective review of the movies, just purely off of whether we enjoyed watching it. Not necessarily because it's a good movie, and like some of them are good, some of them aren't that great, but we still liked them. It's just completely subjective. Yeah. Enjoyment factor. That's what we've been doing.
And we have done all of the DC films except for Snyder Cut. Did you guys see Snyder Cut? It was a cut of the movie that Zack Snyder did.
Huh.
They released it.
Weird. I didn't realize Zack Snyder had done a version of Wonder Woman 1984, but that's good that he did.
No, Justice League.
Okay. I mean, if I
keep saying it and tilting my head back, then maybe you'll get it. Justice League?
Seems more like he would have done Wonder Woman 1984, but that's fine. That's fine. Yeah, we've gone through several of them already. We've done, like you mentioned. When we last left off, we had gotten through the halfway point of Marvel Phase 2. And just depending on how conversation goes between you guys, it kind of has determined that this has been a longer process because there's a lot to discuss with these movies. We really only get through about 3, maybe 4 per episode, which is fun. But we are wrapping up Phase 2. And then we get into Phase 3, which, Lord help us, that's what? That's like 10 titles at least.
At least 10, because have we started Phase 4 yet?
Phase 4 is what WandaVision kicked off. WandaVision kicked off Phase 4.
Interesting. Yeah.
So
I see.
There's 11 titles in Phase 3. Phase 3 might take us until 2022 before we actually get through
it probably will.
Yeah.
Before we get started with the discussion, how many likes do we have?
That's a good question. I'm gonna pull that up real quick. We currently only have 9, so you only have to do 9. You have to do 9 push-ups, and you have to apparently show that you do have the hostages.
Yep. So, all right, I'm gonna go get a hostage.
Yep.
I swear.
Okay. By the moon and the stars in the sky?
I will be there. I swear.
Thank you.
Now, if you guys give me any lip, I'll kill one. I'll do it. I'll kill him. I will kill him.
Hey, we got an away goal. Come back home. It'll work out. All right, we got a full screen Tyler doing push-ups.
All right, how many do we have to do? Oh, my back hurts. Oh, jeez. How many do we have to do?
You have to do. Yeah, no, it has jumped up to 12 already.
Oh, jeez. Stop liking it.
That's 1, 2,
My back
3,
hurts.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and you have to do one more because there's a 13th like now. And 13!
You guys are horrible and I hate you. Okay. This right here, this box that's been here in every live show and every video I've made for the last month, this is what I call Jess's box. In fact, I should probably label it.
While you label it, let's get Nate's question up here as well. His kid Thomas watching right now, what gives Transformers life and how do they stay alive?
Well, the real answer is the Allspark gives life to all Transformers, and it originated on Cybertron and is awesome. But, you know, I think the real answer here is our imaginations. That's what gives Transformers life. In fact, you know what? I was going to, because your child is here.
This is the answer I like.
Diesel. Because your child is here, I will show this without telling him. Thanks a bunch, Nate, for the super chat. You're awesome, bro. You're the best that has ever been.
Super chat. What's that?
This is Jess's Grimlock.
Okay. Jess
is a little bit perturbed because he ordered an accessory from China that got to his house quicker than this figure has. Grimlock is alive. He is well. Nathan, you're the MVP, dude. Thank you so much for that. You're so generous.
It does not surprise me at all that it is taking you this long to.
Wait, what's that supposed to mean? What's that supposed to mean?
I think that.
Don't answer it. That was a rhetorical question. Don't answer it.
I think we still owe people prizes from giveaways in 2017.
That's possible.
So,
it took me to 2018 and a half to get through all those. Guys, wait. Okay.
That's a good question.
Oh, geez. I don't know. Nate didn't say, so thank goodness. Yeah, for super chats, I'm pretty sure it's a lot of push-ups. Guys, I'm so excited because Jess doesn't know I'm putting this in his bag. It's a Dragon Ball Z purse. This is for Jess. He doesn't know. He's getting free swag. Free swag. Straight up for Jess.
Surprise. I can't even explain that comment from Chandler. I can't even explain it because it wouldn't make sense to anyone if I did try to
I don't understand it, but I like it.
All right, so let's get into the meat of the episode.
Yeah, the potatoes. Get in them taters.
Get them
taters nice and deep.
Potatoes.
Billy Nyes is here.
Billy Nyes, the science guys.
We can start the show. Billy Nyes is here.
All right, yeah, the meat and potatoes of what we're talking about. The last 3 movies of Phase 2 in our completely subjective review: Guardians, Avengers: Age of Ultron, and Ant-Man. All right, so far, Phase 2 has been a polarizing one for me. I'm carrying an average score of 5.6 through the first 3 movies. You are carrying an average score of 8, which would be about a 3 for, it would be about a 5 for anyone else that knew how a 10-point scale works.
Yeah, I don't think I'm giving anything below a 5. I like everything. This is the problem. I just like everything.
So we need to get into these 3 films. And of course, as always, I mean, like as we talk about them, tell us in the chat your completely subjective 10-point scale rating of what you feel about the movies.
Do
All
it.
right?
Do it.
So, do it. Do it.
Do it.
Do it.
Do it.
Do it.
Do it.
Tyler, you've been trying to predict the Rotten Tomatoes scores for the films.
It's been super fun. This is Guardians. I'm going to change to a Guardians themed color.
Okay.
Got the Guardians green in the back. That's Guardians yellow now.
Okay.
Back to Guardians blue. Nope. Guardians green. And I'm going to say Guardians of the Galaxy, I think, was extremely well received. See you, Stan. This comment is amazing. He doesn't want to OD.
Mario gave you an extra like just so you had to do an extra push-up.
Oh. Why? My arms are so weak, tired.
It makes me so happy.
So I think people loved Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
I think Guardians, I think it's going to be one of the highest rated films in the MCU. I think Rotten Tomatoes gave it an 88%.
Okay. Now, do you want to go with the fans as well?
I think fans gave it a 90%. Okay. And I think that critics gave it anywhere between an 85 and an 88%.
All right. So you're going upper 80s for critics, 90 for the fans. All right, there it is. It's a 92 and a 92.
Wow. That was pretty freaking close, man.
Yeah.
I have been in tune with the people. I know what people want.
The people give you the people what the people want. You give the people what the people want. You know. In fact, it's actually interesting how much how you were actually more off on the critic rating. Like you could have gone up with the critic rating, which I think is an interesting thing. But yeah, so well received, and we're already getting. I mean, some comments we'll highlight here about Billy says it's the best MCU movie in his opinion.
Yeah.
B saying it's his personal favorite MCU. In fact, actually, you could pretty much sum up my subjective review in what B's saying here. Didn't know anything about Guardians going into it. Didn't expect anything about Guardians going into it. Walked away absolutely loving it, and it's my favorite MCU movie. And, of course, Chandler says that it reminds him of Hardball. So, yeah. 92.
Yeah,
92.
I think Guardians of the Galaxy was the first. When they announced they were making Guardians of the Galaxy, I said if they can do Guardians of the Galaxy well, they can take any property and make it work because it was just so out there, right? Like up until this time, we had Captain America, Iron Man, Thor. We had a lot of big hitting characters that already had a fan base built in. And they're like, hey, let's toss that movie in there with the talking tree and the raccoon.
Right.
Like, if they could nail this, they could do anything. And they did nail it. And they have done anything.
Yep. Yeah, that's very true. So actually, let's pull that up real bit. I just also want to give a big shout out to Rotten Tomatoes, though, because on half of the movies that we have gotten into and reviewed here, they've put Guardians as, like, this trailer here for some reason. You remember they kept putting Guardians up, and we weren't talking about Guardians. So I was halfway expecting us to log into the Guardians review, and it being like Ant-Man or it being like Iron Man, and just not even being Guardians at all. So props to you, Rotten Tomatoes, for getting that right.
James has a really awesome comment. Alf was in Guardians. Is this true? Please tell me this is really true. I don't know if you're messing with me right now. But I really hope this is true.
I mean, it seems right. We'll see if our producer can fact check it for us, but it seems accurate to me, you know.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. So what were you saying? What's your review of it, Tyler?
So my review is 9 out of 10. It's a 9 out of 10. I loved everything about it. It's in my top 5 favorite MCU films. It's just not a perfect. You know what? I'm going to say 9.5 out of 10, honestly. As I'm talking about it out loud, I think there's only one 10 out of 10 for me or two 10 out of 10s in terms of enjoyment. And this was up there with a 9.5 out of 10.
Gotcha. Wow. 9.5. Yeah, there's the radio. There's some Alf stickers. There's Alf trading card off to the side. There's a troll.
Unbelievable.
Which is solid. Yeah. I mean, it makes sense, you know, that they're going to throw in some, or for Star-Lord, they would put in the, little bit of 80s, early 90s nostalgia.
Love it.
Yeah, so that's solid. But yeah, I don't think I noticed the Alf trading cards. That's pretty solid. So
that's legit.
It is. It is legit.
So we got some scores. Let us know your scores in the chat.
Yes.
Hayden, 4 out of 10, not your favorite.
Yeah. Curious to hear what Hayden did not like about it. It'd be good.
Yep. That was good. I don't know who was on the top.
It was me.
That doesn't sound right.
I'm taller.
That does sound right. I've always been jealous of your height.
As well you should. Yeah, so agreement there. Chandler saying the same thing, knew nothing about it. For me, expectations play a huge part.
Me too.
In any enjoyment of a movie. Like if I really just going into it, just kind of, and so I try to make it a point to like not expect anything.
Yeah.
I try to make it a point to like really rein myself in, and really just like going into anything, just kind of go, I'm going to try to just sit back and take it like as it is, take the movie as it is, how it is that they put it up there, and just see what happens after that. So like it kind of helps when movies are like super hyped up that I can go, all right, let me see like if it is just hype, let me just get in it. It also helps if a movie is like really talked down. I can go into it and be like, okay, people didn't really like it, but I'm not going to like let myself jump into that going into it. I'm going to sit back and say, okay, is it actually bad or did people... And a lot of times like it helps me out because I can get done with something and go, yeah, that was legitimately bad. You know?
I think we enjoyed Venom for that reason. We both went into Venom after everyone had told us like Venom sucks, it's the worst movie ever, and we both went and watched it. We were like, this movie kind of ruled. Kind of liked it.
Yeah, it just was fun. Like it was.
Yeah, it wasn't.
It's deeply flawed, but on the totally subjective enjoyment scale, it's gonna get a positive rating. You know, it just is. So for sure. So I like it. For those reasons, expectations play a lot into it. So because of that, like it's my favorite MCU film. And it would be dumb of me. I know I said last episode that Winter Soldier was the only 10 I was going to give out, but it would be kind of dumb of me to not give a 10 to my favorite MCU film.
Yeah, that's true. That would be crazy.
So I have to, which makes Phase 2 even more interesting to me because so far I've had really poorly rated movies and then 2 10s that I've
you had some bangers there too.
So
nailed the ending. We got a like from Raleigh. That's uncool, bro. Very uncool.
You are just up to 16, so you only have to add about 3 more push-ups in, by the way.
Thank goodness.
Yeah. Yeah, it's some people are saying actually I do like what Raleigh had to say. Venom was fine to watch in an airplane. Yeah.
You know, that's definitely a movie like there's a special category of movies that go in there. Like fine to watch on an airplane is we need a graphic. We need an infographic made that says fine to watch on an airplane. Somebody should make us that so we can throw it up on these reviews.
Well, we pretty much already have that logo. It's this one.
I'm fine with it.
I'm fine with it. Fine to watch on an airplane. The seal of almost approval.
Seal of almost approval, definitely.
So, all right, and then a couple of people saying, okay, so Skinny and Mango were not in on the last episode. They're actually saying that they would not give Winter Soldier a 10.
Wow, there you go.
So, would I like to hear the thought process behind not giving that a 10, but also being able to say, I'm sorry, Skinny did like it a lot. My bad. Mango was saying, you could be wrong.
Next on a plane, not fine to watch.
But I would like to hear also people's thoughts on Guardian, who did not necessarily like it a huge amount. So Guardian,
absolutely. All right. So what's the next MCU Phase 2 film? Is it Age of Ultron? Are we there?
Yeah, so it was a weird one. Age of Ultron, or Phase 2, went to Age of Ultron, which, Phase 1, like, peaked at the Avengers. Like, Phase 1 was to build up to the Avengers. But then Phase 2 actually had Age of Ultron, but then went into Ant-Man to, like, set up Phase 3, which I thought was weird. So, yeah, pretty weird. So Age of Ultron's the next one. Which, I don't know, have you rewatched Age of Ultron at all?
I've rewatched it once, not long ago, maybe a month ago, 2 months ago. No, probably 4 or 5 months ago now. Watched it at the end of last year. And, golly, it was probably 6 months ago. Jeez, time's really flying by.
I mean, like recent
Yeah,
history.
and you know
at
what?
least.
It held up a lot better than I remembered in my mind. I
Yeah.
liked it much more on my second viewing
Yeah.
than I did when I originally saw it. Not that I hate it when I was just like, Age of Ultron has always been that. It's always been that film for me that has represented the very mediocrity of the MCU. Like it's always been the film that I've pointed to and said, right in the middle. Like a fun film, but just for the MCU as a whole, there was a lot I felt below it and a lot above it, and it just rode the line of mediocrity for the MCU right in the middle. But I really, really enjoyed it my second time around. So I'm not sure that that bar really holds true for me anymore. I have to really think on that one.
Yeah. I mean, think on it for sure. It's a weird one because in a way I look at Age of Ultron and I'm like, this is the Snyder cut of the MCU, because like every line has like heavy like biblical influence and stuff, which is one of the things that people like write on Zack Snyder about, you know?
Yeah, that's true.
So it's a weird one. It's got some really cool. It reminds me a little bit of, like what we saw in Incredible Hulk or Iron Man 3, where it had these moments in which it was like, this could be a really cool theme if they hold on to this theme that's going on, this underlying like issue, this underlying conflict, and if they focus on that, they could do something with it. But what Marvel tends to like to do is Marvel likes to not rely on underlying themes. Marvel likes the climax of their films to be, all right, and then they punch the bad guy in the face a few times. The end. You know? And so, like, it doesn't like, Marvel doesn't like to kill off characters. Marvel doesn't like heavy themes. Marvel doesn't like...
Unlike DC, who likes to kill a bad guy and then have everyone hug at the end of their movie, where everyone just loves each other after the bad guy dies.
It's or like with DC, who's like, no, we're going to get into every dark and heavy theme as we possibly can, and there's just no fun to be had here.
Yes, I am. If we ever make it to 20, I'll do the next batch. Hopefully that won't happen.
Oh, it's gonna. like I love Guardians because Guardians of the Galaxy is one and two, and a lot of people don't like Guardians 2 that much. Yeah, I do, and we'll get to that in Phase 3. But I love both those films because they're two of the few films that really deal with a lot of heavy concepts and heavy principles. Yeah. A lot of identity issues, a lot of, in Guardians 2 especially, a lot of like father-son dynamics, you know. There's a lot of, I think, really...
And Mary Poppins. Mary Poppins made a big appearance in Guardians.
Mary Poppins, yes. I'm sorry. I heard something about the Hobbits, and I was like, okay, I don't know what you're going... Yeah, I'm Mary Poppins, y'all.
I think you're skipping ahead a little bit.
Yep.
Because Chandler wants to know where The Last Jedi ranks. And the thing is, it ranks right below The Hobbit.
Yeah. It
ranks right below The Hobbit. So that's where it ranks.
But neither of them compare to Mary Poppins.
Well, that's obvious. A spoonful of sugar makes the medicine go down. I nailed that one. Feel pretty great about it.
You changed keys every note. It was impressive.
Do the people here. Can you do your Mary Poppins impression?
I can.
Joseph has y'all, seriously, Joseph has the best Mary Poppins impression. It's crazy good. Like,
you're gonna make me blush.
It's so good. It sounds just like Mary Poppins. It's insane.
It's gonna make me blush.
Hit us with your Mary Poppins impression.
All right, here we go. Jane, this is a spoonful of sugar, Jane. Jane, a spoonful of sugar, Jane. It's gonna help it. It's gonna help with the burgers, Jane. Can you just help me in the kitchen, Jane? Anyway, that's it. That's Mary Poppins.
So good. It's so good.
Mary Poppins.
That's your best impression ever, dude.
I know.
So good. You nailed it. You nailed that one right on.
I know.
Thor is overacted. When is Thor? Thor 3 is in Phase 3, right?
Yeah, we've gone over the first two Thors already.
Yeah, Thor 3 is Phase 3.
The first two Thor films are both my lowest rated MCU films.
What about okay, here's a question though, Skinny.
This is actually how people feel about me in all areas of life. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what it is. People see me out and about. I go to work and people at work are like, oh my God. How did this Chuck E. Cheese animatronic get out? I don't
How is he
understand.
here? He's so scary. He's so scary. Yeah, the acting in Thor 3 in the play with Matt Damon. Now that was some killer acting.
And the legend Sam Neill.
Age of Ultron, let's just say he would have liked Age of Ultraman better. That's a film I'd absolutely pay to see.
I got this as a Christmas gift.
I'm confused. Is it lit up or are those the lights just shining through the back?
It's an old Jurassic Park VHS that's turned into a light.
Does it work?
Not anymore.
Oh,
Tyler.
jeez. Oh, jeez.
Thank you, Tyler. Okay, so all right. I think that the transition from Guardians of the Galaxy to Age of Ultron is an interesting one to have to do because you go to a movie that like Guardians was low expectations, generally well received. Age of Ultron was huge expectations because it was the Avengers again, and then because of that,
I mean,
was the reception.
We talked about Avengers 1 when you went to the theaters and you're like, I can't believe I'm alive for this. Like, this is insane. I'm alive to see this on screen. So the expectations and hype surrounding Avengers 2 was out of this world. They got Joss Whedon back. We were all like, Joss Whedon's the best director of all. Didn't you see those episodes of Buffy and then Avengers? Yeah, we'll really talk about Dollhouse or that other show that got canceled, Firefly. But we'll just
or anything that he's done nowadays.
Yeah, well, certainly hindsight gives you a different picture. But at the time, there was so much expectation. And then they're like, we got that guy from the Blacklist who's been in nothing else to be Ultron. It was
nothing else?
No, just James Spader's. Well, he was in the Blacklist, and he did like a spinoff of the Blacklist, right? The Blacklist.
Did you forget about what was it? Was he in L.A. Law? Was that the one he was in? No, Boston Legal. Boston Legal, bro.
That doesn't sound right.
Boston Legal.
That doesn't sound right.
A Boston Legal, bro.
Boston Legal.
Yeah.
All right. Change the lighting a little bit.
Okay, there you go. Get to Ultron lighting. All right, so Tyler, we need to actually get to the reviews here. What do you think Age of Ultron got?
I think because of those reasons, because expectations were so high, and it let so many people down, I think Ultron got a 76 Rotten Tomato score, and I think it got an 82 user score.
Now, Tyler, I want you to be honest with me. You peeking? It's 75 and 83.
Dude, this is disgusting. What? I missed my calling in life. How can this skill be useful in literally any other area of life? Like, some studio needs to hire me as a focus group gauger. Like, I just listen to focus groups talk about it, and I'm like, that guy right there, he thinks this movie's a 7.5. But that lady, nah, she thinks it's a 6 out of 10. Oh, jeez, that's unbelievable, dude.
Oh, that was impressive. That was impressive. I like first of all, like, I like James Spader, and I think that James Spader, I enjoyed him as Ultron. I thought that for the most part, he was doing a good job of this foreboding, because like Ultron was supposed to kind of counteract what we had gotten with Jarvis up to that point. Yep. Jarvis was like your slightly whimsical English butler type, you know? And so Ultron was supposed to be this like foreboding, but also like trying really hard to be a human, but also not being a human. And so like I thought he played it in a very interesting way. There were moments though in which like his portrayal or the writing of the character, I can't tell, kind of fell short a bit. But since we're talking about James Spader, I did like James Spader for the.
I did too. Part. I thought that I think Ultron at the time maybe felt a little disappointing. I know there was a lot of hype around the character based on the comics. I mean, one of my favorite panels of all time is Thor telling Ultron, saying, "Ultron, we would have words with thee." It's such a great line. He said it just like that too. Just like
He did.
And so I think there was a little bit of disappointment, but when you look at Age of Ultron now in relation to the whole MCU and what the critical point that it held for some of the Infinity Stones, some of WandaVision, and then the character growth that came out of it, I do actually think it has been more impactful and had a longer lasting presence than say something like Ant-Man, which I loved, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
But in terms of its storytelling importance, not all that big, right? It was a very self-contained story. Didn't add a whole lot to the overall.
Yeah. Just there to introduce us to Luis, and that's it. That's the entire point of Ant-Man.
Which was very important, because without Luis, we wouldn't know what was going on.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it was an important character, don't get me wrong.
So what is what scale of 1 to 10, then what's your rating of Age of Ultron?
I would give Ultron 7.5.
Okay.
I liked it. I still don't love it, but I do like it.
And this is kind of after another watch of it where...
originally I probably gave it a 6.5. So I've probably come up with a whole point. So maybe if 5 more years passes and I watch it again, we'll bring that bad boy up to an 8.5.
I can't watch this movie through the lens of like what they've done since then to try to make it more impactful.
Yeah.
I have to watch it through the lens of like, was this, on my scale, which is like 1 through 5, bad, pretty bad, mediocre, pretty good, and good.
Yeah.
And then going from there, I have to give it that it was. I felt like there was enough of it that was pretty good. Like it should have been, could have been a 7 or an 8. Like there's elements to it, like how the Avengers, their characters are developed so they don't have to get to know each other anymore. They could just get in there and play off of each other.
Yeah.
Which is good. Like that was a good element. There's a lot of Ultron that I really enjoyed. But then like the entire eventually the entire like climax of the movie is Ultron's picking up a country, and
how did he do it? Was he like, "Yo, girl, what's up?"
So I guess that's it for the show. I guess we're just done. We're gonna have to like shut everything down, I assume. After that, we're just gotta the channel is ruined at this point. So we apologize to everyone for that. All right.
How many likes we have?
Who cares? Let me finish my train of thought.
Okay, my bad, go.
I felt like it just by the end of the movie kind of fell flat because it was like he's picking up a country.
Yeah.
He is kind of can't shake your pickup joke now. Picking up a country, and the solution is to create another robot. And they don't really explain
why do you want to create the other robot?
They didn't really explain
he was like, "Yo, girl."
I just hate this. I hate this so much. I just hate this.
Oh gosh! All right.
I give it a 6. I give it a 6, which on my scale is not bad. That means it's mediocre, but it's slightly better than mediocre. But it's still not pretty good.
What was the last 6 you gave?
The last 6 I gave was, oddly enough, Captain America: First Avenger, which I felt like the strength of that, which I explained at the time, was the strength of that movie was showing who Steve Rogers was.
Yeah.
And they did a great job with the character development. I just thought the overall plot of it was just really bland, and I still don't know why he had to crash the ship into the ice.
Yeah. Did you see the deleted scene from Endgame? There was a deleted scene where Rhodey is talking to Cap.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe, I don't know if it was Infinity War or Endgame. And he's like, and it's Cap telling him what happened. He's like, yeah. And so then I just took the plane and just drove it right down. And he's like, oh, okay. Why? Why did you have to go down the plane?
I like that.
And they have it's really funny. They have a brief discourse about it where it's like, so he's in on the joke. He gets it.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll go. Yeah, so I'm giving it a 6. It's like, it's me. For me, it's like, it's okay.
Yeah. You're fine with it.
Yeah. Yeah. It was better than.
Would you watch it on an aeroplane?
Nah, I'd probably turn something else on. What's the best movie that you've watched on an airplane? And then after it got done, you were kind of like, why did I watch that on an airplane? That would have been
Well, I've
better
actually never
at
seen
home.
a movie on an airplane because we always fly Southwest that don't have movies
Oh,
on planes. Yeah, we ain't
Wow, I
rich, dog. We ain't rich. We
realize-
can afford the Deltas.
didn't realize you were a peasant.
Yeah, it's true. I'm a peasant.
Yeah. Tyler, why don't you catch us up on some comments here? We are up to 19 likes, so one more like, and Tyler has to do another set of. He has to do 7 push-ups.
Red Skull was here. I don't know what's happening, but I like it.
This is why we have you here.
When you
Really
talk
nice.
bad about Ultron, he will attack you on stream. Yeah, I mean that's why he's the ultimate stream sniper, right?
Right.
It's a joke for Ryan. He's not even here.
Yeah, exactly. He left.
Sure, you must be kidding. Now that is a great line.
Airplane is a 10 out of 10 movie.
No doubt. The only movie he's watched on Airplane, You, Me, and Debris. That's a good airplane movie. I mean,
I've never seen it. Isn't it super sad?
the hostage. I mean, the collector here is talking about free hostages.
Free
Where does this hashtag come from? I don't even understand. What's happening? I woke up this morning and just laughed hysterically at all these comments on these YouTube channels. I told Jess for every comment he gets, I'll knock off every free the hostage comment I get. I'll knock off 5 minutes from the moment that I'm supposed to send it. I'll back it up by 5 minutes.
I feel like the collector should have put free the hostages, right?
That does make more
Would've been-
sense.
would've been more
Now
important.
you're making sense. Now you're talking.
So, all right, Tyler, you are up to 22 push-ups.
22.
Yeah, it jumped up to 22, which
Why?
you'd gotten up to 13. So if we get to 23, it means you have to do a full 10,
Jeez.
a set of 10. So whoever has not liked, you know what? Actually, I haven't liked it yet.
Oh,
There, now we're at
geez, why you
23,
hit that
Tyler.
section?
All right,
Don't do it. I am Bane. I am going to kill you if you like this video. Don't do it. I'll go find Harley Quinn. We will come find you and kill you.
It's a spot on vein.
Wait, that wasn't Tom Hardy? Huh. All right, Tyler's got to do 10 more push-ups. Hey, what's in the box?
Jess's toys, like, to help me? What if I just go down to the box, but don't go all the way to the floor? Look at my janky little arms. This is kind of creepy to look at, really.
Everything about you is creepy to look at,
I mean, it's
Tyler.
like super detached.
Everything about you is creepy to look at. Well, that's because you don't buy shirts that have full sleeves on them.
That's true. I have to shop in the little boy section. I'm not rich, man. I can't afford real clothes.
This guy flying Southwest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
I don't wanna.
You gotta do 6 more. We're up to 28.
Oh my god! What is wrong with you people?
All right, up there it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One more. 6. There you go. 28 push-ups.
I hate you all so much right now. Yeah, Ian McKellen played Bane in the cartoon show.
Right.
Pretty sure.
Yeah. All right.
Oh,
How you feeling? You
Not
feeling
great.
good? Well, we did just jump up
Let me
to
drink-
29
let me
likes.
rehydrate.
That's the absolute best workout drink you could get. Is a
It's
Dr.
energy
Pepper
drink.
cream soda.
It's got.
That's unbelievable. That's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Why do you even look at this? This man is struggling so much he can't even read the
I don't
can.
understand why it says on the Dr. Pepper can, total sugar 39 grams. Then right below it, including 39 grams of added sugars. So it's all added sugar.
Yeah, so they didn't even need to put sugar in there. Like
No,
they didn't
they
have
didn't
to
have
give
to
it.
put a line that said sugar. Just call it.
They're like, all right, just dump whatever. They're in like the Dr. Pepper plant in Waco, and they're just sitting there like, hey, you know what? Actually, we got all this sugar sitting around. Let's just scoop it in.
Yep. Let's just scoop it on up. So what's next in the MCU phase?
Well, we got the last one in Phase 2, and then we are done with Phase 2. That, of course, is Ant-Man, what we were just talking about. The movie that Age of Ultron's kind of the big one. Ant-Man's the one that they kind of started up to sort of like move forward.
Can we show a clip of Ant-Man? Let's show a clip of Ant-Man.
Okay. Yeah, let me see. I think we got one. Yeah. Oh, we have the poster for Ant-Man.
There it is. There he is. Ant-Man. You said half ant, half man. Beautiful.
That was it, right? That was it. Ant-Man. Well, and it's something that they've done since then as well, because even after Endgame, technically Far From Home came out afterwards. So, like, what they're doing now is they're hitting the big movie and then having, like, a transition movie to go into the next phase, which is pretty cool. Nice. So, anyway, Ant-Man is up next. We've already discussed it a little bit. It was fun, but probably not groundbreaking. So what do you think fun, but not groundbreaking equates to in Rotten Tomato scores?
I'm going to say it got a better... I'm going to say, oh, man. My gut tells me it got in the 70s, but my heart wants it to have gotten in the 80s. So I'm going to say the Rotten Tomato score was 82. And I'm going to say the fan score was also 80s. Or low 80s, 84.
Okay. Rotten Tomatoes is, I think the reason why you're so good at guessing is that Rotten Tomatoes ends up rating things the same way that you do.
Yeah, that's probably true.
Like, rarely are things ever lower than like a 70.
Yeah.
Like, rarely, So it's a good, you're good at it. And I just have to acknowledge that because, I mean, you're really close. 82 and 86.
Jeez, dude.
I mean, you got the tomato meter score 100% right.
Yeah, I'd get $500 if the price is right.
Is there anything more like demoralizing than the you got it wrong?
Don't you think so?
On there? Because it starts off as like the theme.
Yeah,
and then it goes wrong. It's like like, hey, no.
The Price is Right for our generation. Let's talk about The Price is Right for a second. Let's talk about The Price is Right for a second. The Price is Right for our generation was the show of sick kids across America. If you were sick and you were at home, you're watching The Price is Right. Like, absolutely. What do kids today watch when they're at home? They're like, let me pull out my iPad. Boop, 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 boop. I'm watching Bubble Guppies. When you were a kid, you were like, I'm 5 years old. I can't even read, but I can guess the price of that tomato juice. I can do it.
When were they giving away tomato juice? What
guess the price?
What flat broke season of The Price is Right was that when they were like,
here's the prize, man.
The Showcase Showdown. You get a washing machine. Yep. I love it. It was always like one of the showcases was like, here's a boat, and here's a vacation to like the Maldives, and here's like a car also, and the next one's like, here's 7 washing machines. Like, why would you need? Why was one of them always obviously better?
I'm gonna pass on that one, Bob. I'm gonna pass.
$1.
$1.
All right, well, the only thing we even need to discuss about Ant-Man is that Luis is the best MCU character.
Absolutely.
I mean, Billy Nye's the science guys gets it. Everyone else should get it as well. So, yeah, Ant-Man, fun movie. Getting pretty good, 82, 86, fun reviews, all that. And Billy does say that it was great. If I had a beer with one actor in the MCU, Paul Rudd would be the dude. Absolutely. I mean, like, Paul Rudd... Everything Paul Rudd shows up in, I mean, that clip from Hot Ones is just one of the funniest things. So like, good. It just seems like that's who he is.
Yeah.
There's a show. I'm a big fan of the British comedian Richard Ayoade, and he had a little show called Travel Man, where he'd go spend 48 hours somewhere, and he'd have a celebrity come with him. And Paul Rudd was on an episode, and it was obviously clear that A, Paul Rudd had no idea who Richard Ayoade was, and B, had no idea why he was why he had agreed to do this, but he did it anyway. And the entire episode, they're in like Finland and they're going to saunas and stuff, and like they're just like sitting around, just being and, like Paul Rudd the whole time. It's just like, yeah, man, okay, let's go in the sauna. That's fine. Yeah, sure. All right, just going with it. And it was so great because you look at it and you're like, this is Paul Rudd when he has no idea what's going on. He just kind of goes along with it and is fine, and it's great. He seems so great. I love him. Ant-Man score then. What you got?
Well, boy, I think it was pretty well received, but again, I want to wait. Yeah, I'm gonna say for me.
Yeah, this is your personal score.
Yeah, 85 for me. 85. I think it was right down the middle of really good. 8.5 for me.
8.5. Okay, good. I was going to say 85. We haven't ever done that so far.
85 is going to blow away. It's going to bring up our average for the MCU like a bajillion.
So 8.5. I like it. I like it. I'm not going to be too far off from that. I would give it an 8.
You and Billy Nyes.
Yeah, I think Billy and I are pretty much on the same page as far as this one goes. Yeah, I give it an 8. So like, my scale 7 and 8 are this is a good film, and I enjoyed this film. Like 5 and 6 are it was okay. 7 and 8 is I enjoyed it. And I think this is on the higher end of enjoyment. I'll give it an 8 for sure.
No idea the price of a bottle of Pepto-Bismol. Looks to the audience for help. So good. I want to do that so many times on this show, but then the audience just sends me mean letters and makes me do push-ups and talks about hostages. So I feel like I have to not rely on the audience here.
Oh man! All right, So I'm gonna do some quick math so we can figure out what our averages are. Catch us up on any more comments there, Tyler. We might be missing.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna take questions. If anyone has any questions about anything while Joseph does the maths, Joseph will do the maths. I also want to highlight our viewer of the day, Nate Burkholz.
Oh yeah,
this man is a myth, a legend, and he had a question about Transformers that was amazing because Transformers are great. Though I don't know as much about Transformers as I wish I did. I just kind of casually watched the cartoon. I haven't read the comics. But we got a good answer from the Stoner Bee that it was Diesel.
Yes.
And that's Nate Burkholz, who also has an amazing band, by the way. Have you heard his band? Red Coat Turncoat? They're really good.
Oh yeah, that's Nate. My bad. Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah, because they put out an album. What, a year or so ago?
Yeah,
is that when it came
it's really
out?
good. You guys should go check it out.
Yep.
You guys should totally check it out. There's a question here, and I don't know if this is appropriate for YouTube, but why does your mini nuke look so fat? The Allspark. Yeah, we did talk about the Allspark. The Allspark brings Transformers to life and give them power.
Oh my goodness.
And it's often the item in which they're fighting over. The new Transformers series is incredible on Netflix. I love it. They've had 3 parts to it. I haven't watched the last part, Kingdom, but I love the toy line because it's harkens back to the Beast Wars days, which was like the Transformers that I grew up on, which is really awesome. But it's really good on Netflix. The animation is good. I wish there was a good Transformers game. I've played a few Transformers games. I wish there was a good Transformers game. That's what I was talking about. That's what I was talking about. What else would I be talking about?
Yeah, chill.
I look forward to your letters. YouTube cares.
That's the
YouTube cares.
That's the edition that came with
Fallout 76.
No, that's the edition that came with all the games in it. So it's actually got all the Fallout games inside of it.
Is it like a time capsule?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, basically, yeah. I'll grab it real quick. Hey, Tyler, Since there wasn't a Toy Tuesday video, do you want to show some, like, one of your recent figures you picked up?
I do.
Before we,
this is coming in a video soon for Toy Tuesday. I've got a haul, and I've got this figure, which is we like to call Hot Ryu, because it's Ryu with a beard. He's awesome. And this is my first Storm Collectibles figure. So he comes with a bunch of different hands and faces. He's got an angry face here. He's like kicking. Good abs, great articulation. Super excited about this figure. And I bought this figure. And at the time, as you will see in the whole video that comes out, I think I said something like, this is going to be the only Storm Collectibles figure I buy.
Yeah.
Because I don't really need to get into this line. And that was a lie.
This is why This is why Kevin's my favorite. This is why Kevin's my favorite, because
everyone's favorite.
He understands timing. He understands when to come up with the punchline. I love it. B says that's what you'll look like after all these push-ups.
Yeah, dude, let's go.
This is the mini nuke.
This is Joseph
open it up.
Tuesday haul right here.
Mm-hmm. And it was the Fallout anthology.
What's in the box?
This is and it ends up like it gives you all of them on Steam, but these are the actual like CD-ROMs of them. So Fallout 2, Tactics, thank you, producer. Fallout 2, Tactics, Fallout 3, Game of the Year Edition, Fallout New Vegas, Ultimate Edition, and then it had Fallout 4 as well. Which actually, it didn't come with Fallout 4. It just came, because it released before Fallout 4 released. So it just gave you a sleeve where you could put Fallout 4 in there. It was a weird one. I mostly got it because I didn't own all the old games. This was a great way to quickly accumulate all of them and have a sweet mini nuke. It has a button in it that has the an explosion.
Push the button.
Well, the thing is, it's a little old. The battery doesn't work very well, so I don't know what noise is about to happen. Here we go. Where's the speaker? It was pretty good. Did y'all hear it?
That was super satisfying.
Yeah. Let's do it one more time.
Oh, I heard the cash hit the machine. The ching ching.
It's got the XP sound as well. It's got the XP sound for as well. Gristlefoot found out my secret that I'm not wearing pants.
Yeah, he discovered it.
Actually, I switched myself over because if I had to take out my headphones, and so I backed up and it just started like I was like, I can't stand up like this. I'm gonna pull my whole computer down.
This is a really good question. Of all the anime shows based on manga, why doesn't? I mean, that's a really good question. The thing about it, here's the thing about it, okay? It's not that it doesn't. It's not that it doesn't, okay? It's that it does. It's that it does. And you just don't realize. But I'm a professional, I can do this. It does. It does. It does. That's the thing. It does. And look, you think it doesn't, but it does.
Gristlefoot's getting the gold stars for the comments today. Oops. That's what Gristlefoot's comment was.
Also, it's all sport. I hope Nate's not here.
Yeah. I haven't given them the time that they deserve. I'm a huge Fallout fan, and I've played them like a little bit, but I mostly got into the series when Fallout 3 came out. I hadn't really played the originals. I got into Fallout 3, it's like, oh man, and then I realized and I've kind of caught up on all the Bethesda ruined Fallout controversy that so many people are into when they were talking about Fallout 1 and 2 and like how like the theme of them and everything. So I had to get this to have them and play them. But it's one of those things where like there's old enough where like sometimes it could be difficult to just really get into an old game.
Yeah.
Because like sometimes the interface is a little clunky, or sometimes you just wish it ran a little smoother, and so, but yeah, I need to give them tell you what, I'll give them the attention they deserve, and I'll make video essays about them because that's what I do when I play games now.
I love it. So why don't American animators do anything currently? I'm really not up on American animators and their show.
There wasn't actually a question to this. It just says American animators do anything currently. No, this goes back to the manga.
Yeah, it goes back to the manga.
Yeah,
He's saying, so like of all the anime shows based on manga, why doesn't American animators do anything currently? I don't know, because manga is such a, I'm assuming it has to do with rights, but I don't know. That's a good question. There's a lot of good anime right now. You guys don't know this about Joseph and I. Speaking of anime, we ran a very popular Naruto website in the early 2000s. At one point, I'm pretty sure it was the second or third most popular Naruto website. And we did some live action instruction videos on how to perform jutsus in real life.
If I can ever find them, we will put one of them up on this channel. If I can ever find them, because it was glorious. We were like awkward high schoolers, and
in all seriousness though,
I had long hair.
Dead serious. Joseph and I were like, hey, people love Naruto. What if we made a radio show where we talked about Naruto for about an hour?
Yep.
And we just talked about it over the mic, no video, and we put it online. And it was like a cast of some kind. Like a radio cast. And we did this before podcasts existed. And I'm 99% sure we invented podcasts. Like I can't prove it, but I'm 99% sure we invented podcasts.
Oh, well, we were both in high school at the time, right?
Yeah. This is like circa 2002, 2001.
Yeah. So it was, I'd say at latest 2003.
Yeah.
At latest, it would have been your like senior year of 03, 04. Podcasting itself, the term podcast was not ever coined by anyone until February of 2004.
I'm 99% sure we invented podcasting.
So we basically invented it.
And they heard it and they're like, yo, they should do this about other things. More than just this Naruto manga and show.
Yep.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to change it, but we did do this. No lie, we did have a Naruto running tutorial, as well as the Sexy no Jutsu tutorial, which was our most popular video. This is before YouTube.
Got us banned.
Before YouTube. The game on free.
Oh, man. Hey, let me go ahead and just throw this out there, just so you know. All right, this is the beautiful. What are you? Stop pointing. What are you pointing? I don't like what you're pointing at.
The cable.
Here's a quick look. This is where I just tally things up.
Okay.
On the totally subjective superhero movie ratings. I just have an actual just straight up Google Doc right here.
It's very professional.
As of right now, my average rating for the MCU is 6.6, and yours is 8.25.
Yeah, that's a little higher than I actually thought mine would be.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I thought mine would be right around an 8, and it's 8.25.
Well, your Phase 1 average was 8.25. Your Phase 2 average was 8.2. So far, you are giving an average of like the whole thing. You're giving an average, right at the same for both phases, which I think is interesting. Because when I look at it, Phase 1 had a lot more ratings that were pretty similar for me, and then Phase 2 had a lot more divisiveness to it, which is interesting stuff. Why did you just get so emotional?
I get so emotional, baby, every time. Yeah, great. We're getting copyright strikes. That was so accurate.
It's true. It's true. So there you go. So hey, we're out of Phase 2 now, Tyler. We got to move on to Phase 3 eventually.
Of Phase 2 and out of time.
Which Phase 3 starts with Civil War.
It's good.
Which I can tell you right now, I am excited to talk about.
I know that you are. Well, guys, it's about that time again where Joseph's webcam has completely frozen. I don't know if he's still here or not, but it looks like he's completely frozen. Mid butt scratch, I think. Maybe back scratch. Hard to say. He's totally frozen, though. So his PC crashed. So he's gone. And wrapping up the show there. Guys, thanks a bunch for watching. You've been watching Super Squad D, where the D, of course, stands for Dr. Pepper. Thanks for the subscribes. Don't like this video, but do leave a comment because I don't want to have to do more push-ups the next time we do a live show, which will be next Tuesday. Same Super Squad time, Saber Super Squad channel. The question is, will the hostages still be here? You know that they will. Till next time, peace.